Shalom. On May 8th, Ravi Zacharia's daughter, Sarah Davis, wrote, "We have just learned that my dad's cancer is rare, aggressive, and has no options remaining medically speaking. They have done all that they can do. I would love you to join praying for a healing in Ravi's life. Ravi has been an encouragement to me personally. I was inspired to title my paper taking a clue from his book, and the title that I selected was Walking from East to West and Knowing Christ as the First Member of the Family. While I was thinking about him, I was reminded about Paul writing to the church of Philippians. He writes in the first chapter, it says, "I will always be bold for Christ. For to me, living is for Christ, and dying is even better. Yet, if I live, that means fruitful service for Christ. And I don't know which is better. I am torn between two desires, but it is better for you that I live." Would you pray with me that God would be gracious to him and make a miracle in his life, do a miracle in his life that he is given 10 more years? Miracles are not new for him. As a boy growing up in New Delhi, whose father was a government servant, his grades was not as expected by his dad. And due to this, he tried to end his life. While recouping in the hospital, a Youth for Christ worker gave him a Bible, which was open to John 14:19, where Jesus says, "Because I live, ye shall live." Ravi claimed that promise, and rest is history. A second miracle that I remember is while he was on a tour in a hostile Middle Eastern country. There was rebellion in the air. They were driving in a car. All of a sudden, for no rhyme or reason, the car stopped. They tried to start it by doing various things. They couldn't. After some time, they saw a car approaching them. They tried to stop it. It did not. And it was right, it was an hostile place. The car just breezed past them. After a while, they tried to restart their car. It started. They sat and they started their travel again. After a couple of miles, they could see this particular car that had passed them was in flame. And those who had put that trap running away. God had been gracious to them and saved their life. Another miracle. The third one I remember when Ravi had a lot of pain in his back. I think it was C7 or something, vertebrae. The cartilage had completely gone. And a businessman from Southeast countries came to him and said, "Ravi, C7 or something is in my mind. I don't know. God has impressed things on my mind. Is there a problem?" Ravi said, "Yes." And the businessman said, "That Lord has told me to pray for you." He prays and Ravi receives a healing. Miracles has been part of his life. Would you pray with me that God will spare his life for 10 more years so that it is better for us, that he would go into hostile environments and defend the Christian faith, the message of love and peace that Jesus gave us. May God bless. Amen.